Good early afternoon. Um, First, a little food advice from that one fat chick. Macaroni salad does not keep in an ice chest, even if it has a little bit of ice. Ate the whole bowl before I realized it tasted bad. I had food poisoning Monday, Tuesday, and half of Wednesday. Woo. Don't do that. Okay, serious topic now. My kids were kept home from school today. Guess why? Somebody thought it was funny to write school shooting 920 on the bathroom wall at two of my daughter's school, the middle school here. Okay. First of all, the police first confirmed it as a legitimate threat. Then they changed it to, we've done a full investigation and we've concluded that it was just a joke. It's not credible. Fine. At least you investigated it. Good job. I'm going to tell you something right now. I've been through a very traumatic life. So I don't live by logic in my brain. I live by what if. Constantly. All day long, every scenario is a what if this. You know? What if I drink this water and choke on it? That's how my brain works, okay? I'm still very nauseous. So then they said, well, the kids are safe because we have law enforcement around the school all day. Great. I think that's great that you're manning it. But let me tell you something about the what if part of my brain. You got all your manpower, all the sheriffs, all the police, everybody is focused on manning this middle school. Who's manning my other two younger girls' school 2 blocks down? Nobody, because everybody's focus is on the middle school. Who's manning the high school? Nobody. Okay? Do you see where I'm going with this what if thought process? So I kept my kids home. It might not be a real threat. It would probably be empty, but there was a shooting threat last week, and that one wasn't empty. That guy went off and told the teacher and the principal and everybody in the office he was coming back with a gun to shoot everybody. That's not an empty threat. Maybe this is his friend, his family member. So then everybody's saying, okay, so there's cops, okay? Here's my problem with the cops walking around campus all day. You're walking around, you're looking at all the classrooms, checking people out, scoping everything out. My daughter's sitting in social studies, and the kid behind her has a gun in his waistband. When he stands up, and he wants to make it known that he's there with a gun, and he shoots my daughter, and then the cops take him down. Great. Thank you for stopping him before he killed everybody else. But guess what? I still lost my daughter. This didn't happen. But that's my what if thought process. So then I'm one of those moms on TV on the news that I'm watching my daughter's class file out, single file line, after they've apprehended the gunman. And I'm watching and I'm so excited to see her and I'm so worried about her. And the last person in her class steps out. Nobody's behind her. Or she's not behind anybody. So where is she? Ma'am, I'm sorry to tell you, but your daughter was the first and only one hit. You know what I mean? So, you have cops walking around. You don't know who wrote this. You don't know who made the threat. You don't know who has a gun in their backpack or their waistband right now. So how can you tell me that my child is 100% safe? Because you can't know that. You know what I mean? And then I'm one of those moms on the news that's sitting on the pavement on her knees, and I'm screaming and I'm pleading and I'm crying. Go back in and look. Please go back in and look. Let me go in and look. Let me go call her. Can you handle that? Would you be able to handle that as a parent? I wouldn't. Okay, so beef jerky. Stupid beef jerky. Anyway, so then I have other people that are telling me, and I know some of you are subscribers that talked to me this morning. When you're saying, oh, you're overreacting, just send them to school. It's probably an empty threat. But I want to ask you this. Remember the scenario where I'm watching my daughter's classroom walk out and she's not there? How would you look me in the eye knowing that morning you told me you're probably overreacting, it's probably empty, and I trusted that and I sent my kid to school and that happened? How would you ever look at me in my eyes again after that? You know what I mean? I would never hold you accountable. But how would you look at me as a friend? What would you say to me to console me? You know, there's so many things to consider here. And I will say this a gazillion times. Educate your children on gun violence, on bullying, on suicide, on gangs, on everything. Look up online. There are so many online resources to look for signs, red flags. Do it. Do it and educate your kids on what to look for. Okay? I've already made videos about this, and it's so damn important that this is understood. That you have to educate, because this is our next generation of leaders. This is our next generation of adults. And they're thinking that it's funny to write school shooting 9/20 on a bathroom wall in middle school. Hey, that's not normal. Newsflash, Mom. That's not normal. So, you know what your kid did? He just caused panic. He didn't get the school shut down. He's not getting a 3-day weekend. Or maybe he is. Maybe his mom saw the warning and pulled him out of school, and he's sitting there thinking in his head, got away with it. I got me a 3-day weekend. Well, meanwhile, everybody that had already dropped their kids off to school before they got that call this morning about the threat is sitting in anxiety all day long. Wondering, calling the school every half hour. Calling the police department every half hour. Sitting there wondering if this is going to be real or not. Teach your kids that things like that's not funny. You see kids and they walk up, they go, to their friends. Okay? But do you ever hear them walking up to their friends and saying, I'm going to shoot you in the face, and then laughing about it? No, because that's not normal behavior. I've heard a kid say, I'm going to kick your ass. But I didn't hear that kid say, I'm going to shoot you in the head. And I'm going to shoot everybody else in the head. Because it's not a joke. It's not something to joke about, and it's not normal if you think it's funny. And it just makes me livid because I'm so frightened about sending my kids to public schools as it is. And then things like this are happening. But guess what? This is all going to start with you. You. Because if nobody talks about it, nobody's going to hear it, ever. About gun violence, about bullying, about suicide, about sexual abuse, about home abuse, eating disorders, everything. Nobody talks about it because nobody wants to hear about it. And look what's happening. It's getting worse, and it's getting worse, and it's getting worse because nobody is educating. Please make it aware. Everywhere. Spread it everywhere. Make your own videos. I encourage every parent that is watching this video right now to make your own video saying the same things. You could take me word for word if you want. Educate your kids and get this stuff out there, because you got to say it to have it heard, and that's all there is to it. So I am hoping so damn much today, as deep down in my heart as it goes, that everybody at that school is safe today. That no teachers are hurt, that no parents are hurt, no children are hurt. I really hope it was an empty threat. But we don't know. We don't know if they wrote it because they're planning on something next week or the week after, or another kid's going to have a mental breakdown because he's getting pushed around by your kid. You know what I mean? Educate. Teach your children. Look up the signs. Drop comments. Do you want ideas on what websites to go to look for red flags? Drop me a line. I'll do a whole video on resources if you want it. Because it's so important to me that this stuff gets out. No parent should be sitting there in full anxiety and panic all day, wondering if their child is okay. So I wasn't going to be that mom and take that chance, and I didn't. So I know my kids are home safe, you know, but my God, I'm going to educate them all weekend. And I hope you do the same. And I hope you reach out. If somebody needs help, reach out. Get help. Be safe. And teach your kids to do the same. This is our next generation of presidents and congressmen and teachers and lawyers and psychologists. Guess what? We're raising that. Do you want to raise them all to be assholes? No? Do something. Do something about it. Gangs are not funny. Making yourself throw up after you eat is not funny. Cutting yourself is not cute and it's not funny. None of that's funny. And making shooting threats is not funny. That's all I had to say. I'm mad about it. I'm very upset because, like I told you, my mind process is the what if. So I think about it every day I drop my kids off. I never miss a chance to tell them I love them. And I give them a hug and kiss every morning, even though my 13-year-old gets embarrassed by it. I don't care. Because I have to do that as a mom. Because you never know. Anyway, so I'm getting all, So I'm going to let you guys go. But I just wanted to share that little bit of stuff with you on what happened this morning here. Okay. I will talk to you guys later. Stay tuned. Sunday comes Jurassic Jessie Cooks. Woo, finally. And on my last note, educate your kids. TGIF, I hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. And see you guys Sunday. Bye.